Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining your virtual drinking buddy. So tonight on the menu, I've got Yuengling Black and Tan. So I've actually had this beer before, but it's been a few years. My father-in-law took a trip down to Branson, which isn't terribly far from the Arkansas border. So he takes a couple of hours, sneaks down into Arkansas, and then stockpiles the Yuengling because he had the Yuengling traditional and loves it. Just thinks it's like the best beer in the world, and has made a few trips down to Branson. I think really just so he can then go into Arkansas and pick up Yuengling. But this most recent trip, he picked me up. I think, it was 3 12-packs. So this, the Golden Pilsner, and the Flight, which I've already done a video on. But, yeah, so he got me this. I haven't done a review on it, so here we go. This is what Yuengling has to say. Their Yuengling Black and Tan models a traditional English half and half. Introduced in 1986, Yuengling produced one of the first handcrafted draft blends to lead the style of American brewing. Black and Tan combines 60% of our popular brewed porter and 40% of our premium beer to create this brew that is rich and dark in color with hints of caramel and coffee from the dark roasted malts. It's got an ABV of 4.6, roasty and sweet flavor, 153 calories per serving, and it pairs well with grilled food, chowder, and salad. So, whenever Yuengling finally gets all their ducks in a row and is able to expand to the whole country like they announced last year, made it sound like by the fall of 2021 they would have things in place, and now they're like, yeah, so by the end of the year we're gonna be brewing in Texas. Like, no, that's not what you guys said, but you know what, doesn't matter, eventually it'll be here. I suppose I can eventually take that road trip down to Arkansas and get my own Yuengling like I said I was going to. Honestly, I just haven't wanted to make that long of a day out of a road trip. Because believe it or not, it's not that fun to have to drive 12 hours in a single day. But I digress. Yeah. Pours out a nice brown color, like you should expect from a Black and Tan. Plenty of carbonation. I see lots of little bubbles coming up there. Decent head, like a light brown, khaki colored head. Smells malty. Unfortunately, I got a neighbor that decided to come out and mow after I did my first video. I think he saw me sitting here talking to a camera, and he's like, that fucking cockfighter, I'm gonna get him. Like, pretty sure I saw him glaring over there, conspiring, twirling his mustache. I'm gonna get him, Shay. So yeah, unfortunately, other than a little bit of maltiness, currently all I can smell is lawn clippings, and he's like 3 houses down, but the wind's coming from that direction. It's a pretty decent wind, so yeah, it's kind of covering up what I can smell. So I guess there's only one thing left to do. Cheers. Yeah, I guess that's about how I remember it. Tastes like a porter, but lighter in body because it's a Black and Tan. Yeah, I had this before in Florida, and it was one of those things where it was like a family vacation. My in-laws were down there with us, and me and my father-in-law put away just a shitload of Yuengling, like lots of, several cases in a week, and we had the Black and Tan, but Mostly we drink the traditional, but I don't know. I guess it's about how I remember it. It's better than that Mississippi Mud, Black and Tan. But I mean, it's a, a lighter bodied beer. It's not. I wouldn't say it's light in body, but it's I don't know, like a medium light maybe. I don't know. It's got a good flavor though. It's like a subtle coffee flavor, little bit of caramel in there, I guess. A little bit of maltiness too on the back end, but yeah, overall, I think it's a well balanced Black and Tan. I haven't had a lot of Black and Tans. I've had this. I've had Mississippi Mud, and then years ago, like probably before I was even old enough to buy beer, I had a Michelob Black and Tan when Michelob was considered like a fine beer. I remember a friend of mine talked his parents into buying a like a variety pack, and they had a Black and Tan that I remember at like, I think we were like 19 years old, sitting around like, taking sips of it and like discussing the flavors, like what 19-year-old does that? Because any other time that we drink, we would just get as much beer as we could for as little money as possible, and then drink as much of it as we could before we pass out. So, I don't even remember what the Michelob Black and Tan tastes like. They probably don't even make it anymore. Fortunately, Yuengling and Sons still makes one, and it's pretty good as far as Black and Tans go. And if you like that sort of style, it's definitely worth the money. You get, it's definitely something I would drink again. Excuse me. It's like my third video of the night, so got a slight case of the belches going on. Oh, excuse me. How terribly rude. So yeah, eventually whenever this stuff is sold regularly in Iowa, I will be having a decent mix of Yuengling in the house, I'm sure, at all times. Just because I like it, and for the money, I mean, you really can't beat it. Maybe it's not the greatest beer, maybe it's not everybody's favorite beer, but for what it cost, for the money value, it is really good, and I guess that's why I like it so much. You could spend $18.99 on a case of Budweiser, or you can spend $18.99 on a case of Yuengling Traditional. So, yeah. I'm going to enjoy drinking the rest of this, and yeah, I should probably get to cooking supper here pretty soon. So I should probably leave you all with that. Alright, well, if you liked what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button below, and don't forget to tell your friends. And this is the Malt Gentleman reminding you, you only have one liver, so use it wisely.